Hi everyone, it's Lynnea for LDRS Creative. I'm going to be making a holiday card with the holiday floral layering stamps, and then I also have the Christmas sentiment stack and some coordinating dies that I'm going to use to go along with that. I've made a card using the wreath, and I've used the dies from this tree to make a fun card too, but I wanted to show you how easy it is to layer up this tree. So I'm going to start with just a piece of white cardstock. I've stamped that base layer of the tree, the one with the outline of all the foliage, with Raven Hybrid ink, so it's in black. Now you could definitely stamp this in a darker shade of green, but my card today is going to have little pops of black all over, so I wanted to give that outline a nice crisp black. I lined up the second layer, which is going to fill in all the leaves, and I'm stamping that with olive branch ink. You'll notice here that I'm stamping duplicates of this image, and that's just because I had the room on the cardstock and I had the stamps positioned in my platform, so I might as well go ahead and stamp twice, and then I'll just cut this apart and keep that extra piece in my stamp pocket to use on a future card. I went ahead and finished layering up the card, so in total I used Raven Hybrid ink, Olive Branch, Kiss Me Red, and Scarlet Rose hybrid inks. Now it's time to die cut this image. I have the holiday floral coordinating dies, and I'm going to use the largest die, which is going to cut out that large tree. But I'm also going to take that third die, the one that's just a triangle, and I'm going to lay that into the center of my tree and line that up as best as I can. So now I have the tree, and I also have the centerpiece that pops out. We're going to be creating a sort of eclipse with this. I've gone ahead and done some extra die cutting off camera. So I have this extra white die cut tree, and that's just going to be the base. So I added my stamped piece onto that, and then I cut a whole bunch of these smaller triangles from black cardstock. I layered up 6 or 7 of them, and then I put the stamped piece on top, and you can see that this just pops puzzle pieces right into the center of the tree, and in a moment I'll show you how that looks. It looks really fun with that black layered up behind. I stamped the Christmas sentiment stack with Raven Hybrid ink. I cut it out with the sentiment stack 2 die, and I chose the sentiment that I want. I have a Holly Jolly Christmas. I just think that one's super fun. And I wanted to add a black shadow to this. I love that LDRS Creative has created these shadow dies for the sentiment stacks. This one is the Sentiment Stack Shadow Straight 2 die. This is the one that coordinates with that blunt edge of the Sentiment Shadow or Sentiment Stack 2 die. I found the coordinating shadow piece, and you can see how this perfectly lines up. All these extra pieces I'll just put together, and I keep that in the back of my pocket that I keep my die in. You can see here that I've done a lot of die cutting for those shadows. I took the McKenna Christmas 12 by 12 paper pack, and I cut down one of my favorite patterns. It's this really pretty soft pink background with white snowflakes. And I cut a shadow that is about 1/8 of an inch on each side, or it's 1/16 of an inch. So I cut it to be 1/8 of an inch larger on the short and the tall edge, so it'll have a 1/16 inch border all around, just a little pop of black. You'll find that those are all over this card with the sentiment shadow, the layer behind the pattern paper, and when I turn this card to the side, you're going to see that eclipse technique, and because I used the black to pop that up, it just adds just an extra shadow. I think it's really fun. I created a duplicate of this card, and I stacked up white triangles instead of the black, and I'll bring that in and show that to you so you can kind of see the difference. It's still really fun, but it's more subtle with the white. Adding those black pieces, you can really see that that piece of the tree is popped up. So that's it. This card is really simple. It's definitely a card that you could mass produce for the holidays. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye!